best decks. Let's get straight into this video. I'm live now on Twitch, and I'm going to show you the best 5 decks of the meta. Let's go. Before we get into it, I'm gonna do a little spoiler alert. Kewl Tune is not just the best deck. The 5 best decks in the world is fucking Kewl Tune. Get your Kewl Tune textbook right now. It's gonna have a free update for the Banlist on how to play the deck with only one overtake, how to play without the most garbage deck of all time, Rose Up. We didn't even fucking need that shit anyways. Only Nude played that shit. Anyways, let's get straight into this video. I will be doing a spoiler alert, not just on the 5 best decks, but the 5 best deck lists for the best decks. So all 5 of the best decks that I'm going to show you guys right now will come with an actual deck list so you can see and have actual information. I don't like those videos with just fake sustenance, such as like, oh yeah, bro, the best deck is Doomsday, man. Why? They're just fucking stupid generalizations. I'm all facts, I'm all business here. So let's get straight into this video. Kewl Tune best deck, get your Kewl Tune Masterclass. Everyone on my Twitch right now, I'm going to show my Twitch chat right now. Twitch chat, tell the world, if you got the Kewl Tune textbook, how good was it? How good was the Kewl Tune textbook, Twitch chat? I'm going to show you guys right now. The Twitch chat will say it. Alright, they're not glazing, so I'm not going to show them the chat. Alright! Let's go! Guys, you guys want to see the Twitch chat? Marshmallow is thick. Okay, never mind. Alright, so, Twitch chat is banned. Let's go! Okay, this is my Kewl Tune updated deck list with only one overtake, and I'm going to explain why. Now, yes, I'm increasing the mix to 3, and I'm playing 3 Duelist Genesis to offset the overtakes. The reason why you want to offset the overtakes and you want to play 3 Duelist Genesis is incredibly good when you open a Kewl Tune. By playing more Kewl Tunes, Duelist Genesis' power level increases dramatically. I'm not going to cap to you guys. Kewl Tune is the tier 0 best deck by a landslide right now. And because the overtake to 1 does a lot. That means that you lose 2 power cards when the deck already has about 18 very good starters. Now it's 16 very good starters if you're not on Genesis. You actually have to play Genesis. Otherwise, you lose too much to Imprim Ash. You're going to pass your turn way too often if you're not playing Duelist Genesis. So due to that specific reason, you need to be on Duelist Genesis. And since you need to be on Duelist Genesis, Droll will be a bit better this format. I'm not saying Droll is great this format. If the opponent draws a Kewl Tune card, you just lose automatically if you get drolled. But you still need to play it just for the sake of more pushes. This makes it so you still have 21 pushes. And Genesis is synchro overtake anyways when you open a Kewl Tune. Does that make sense, guys? That's why I'm increasing the Kewl Tune mix up to 3 just to offset that, to make it so you're able to kind of ignore the fact that overtake is at 1. Yes, you will have those shitter hands where it's like 3 normal summons, but it is what it is. Post side deck, cut down the Kewl Tunes as much as you could. Side deck purposes, Harmonia does get better now because of what I'm going to say in the next list. So this is it for the best way to play Kewl Tune right now. I'm going to do a whole video explaining the theory and more of this on how this deck is in action with replays on how to do it, and my Kewl Tune and my Metafly textbook down below. Check out the textbook, guys, in the Metafly, where every single day, including tonight after my stream, we're going to be mastering the theory of this and playing non-stop. You gotta play non-stop. If you don't know how to play with this deck going second, this is not a spreadsheet deck, guys. It's an incredibly difficult deck when you're playing on your opponent's turn and when you're getting hand trapped to fuck. And when you see your opponent's 4 cards, how do you end on the perfect reenactment of interruptions to make sure that you're gonna have the perfect amount of stops for your opponent? Let's go to the second best deck of the format. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. This is gonna surprise some people. I think the second best deck of the format, it's Branded. Now, I want you guys to look at my Branded Fusion count. This was my list before. This was my deck before Kewl Tune. I was playing this before Kewl Tune, before the list. I was on 1 Branded Fusion anyways. I was literally on 1 Branded Fusion anyways. Now, I should probably update this for the new format, playing Bell. You know, you're going to want to stop the thing. But this is my version of the deck prior to Kewl Tune that I just wanted to pull up here to show. Specifically, I was on 1 Branded Fusion anyways. The reason why is if you play Branded as a hand trap deck, look at me hand traps I'm siding. If you play this deck as a hand trap deck, a lot of these hand traps, like Psy Frames or Veilers or Bestials, they're used offensively with Cartesia anyways to go Grangoyle. So I do think Branded is a very good matchup against Kewl Tune. That's why I'm putting Branded at number 2. You guys play a 40 card version. I like my version here. I have actually a very high win rate with it. But you guys play your own versions. Branded as a whole, I'm putting at number 2. I'm not saying this is the best version of Branded. This is just a version that I like to play personally, that I'm having a good time with personally. But if you guys want to play your 40 card versions, go ahead. They're all very good. And I think Branded is a second best deck of the format because Draco Tail is banned to fuck. And overall, Branded has a good matchup against Draco Tail. Good matchup against Kewl Tune because Kewl Tune's interruptions, everyone will go Zalan Remix to start. And the RS and the clip as the last are just naturally the last interruptions of Kewl Tune naturally. Can you guys right now tell me when the fuck is RS and clip activated? The main phase, not main phase number 3, main phase number 2. So when Brandon gets to the end phase, and naturally those are the last pushes anyways for Kewl Tune, you're kind of fucked. That's why Kewl Tune players, I have a whole segment on my masterclass on how to deal with Brandon. You have to inverse your interactions. RS has to be your first interaction against Brandon, not Zalin. Always in on Zalin Remix? Yes. Not against this deck. Against this deck, you gotta do the inverse. You need to save Zalin for your end phase. You need to save Ash for your end phase or reframing for your end phase. You need to inverse your interactions. Because RS and Clip can only be used in the main phase, and if you save it for last, Brandon's already in the end phase. It's a very good matchup against Kewl Tune, especially against the Kewl Tune shitters. Naturally, there'll be noobs playing Kewl Tune. Naturally, Brandon will eat them alive. On to my number 3 deck. Doomsy. I think Doomsy becomes a number 3 deck of the format right now. I think Doomsy's positioned incredibly well. If you're playing Breaker, like look at my list right now. The list you're looking at right now is designed for one deck. Just take a wild guess. Just take a wild guess. Look at the list. Look at the list. Take a wild guess on what deck you think this is made specifically to destroy. Now, I will adjust a few things. Yes, I know there's a few things here. Like you could cut these a bit uh, accordingly to what you would like. You should probably be on 1 Medius. You should probably even be on 3 Gepredo. Maybe I'm a bozo for playing that count. Should probably be on something like this. I know something on to address the. I don't like that, but something like this. This deck is made for one deck, okay? In fact, you don't even need Ash Blossom. This deck is made to beat one deck, and I will let you guys take a wild guess on what you think that is. It's obviously, this deck is built to obliterate Kewl Tune. You draw a Super Boy, Dropper, Eclipse, or Talents, or Shifter, and you probably win the game. I don't even think this deck needs Ash Blossom anywhere in the main or side due to the fact that this deck does ignore Charmies. But something along, I think Typhon needs to be in here, but I was cutting some cards down due to fusions. Could probably cut Garua. You guys have to. I don't play this deck enough, but this deck is, in my opinion, the 3rd best deck due to the fact that it has a great matchup versus the best decks I mentioned. And the deck ignores Charmies, and if you draw one of these breakers, you're pretty good against the shit decks. Now onto the 4th best deck in my opinion. It's an older deck, but there's a reason why I think it's the 4th best deck. It's tier 1, very good deck, Mitsurugi. I think Mitsurugi is positioned incredibly well now, and you're going to recognize my deck. Now, don't get me wrong. Let me tell you guys something here, okay? Listen closely. Listen very closely. Breakers in my hand is a whole lot different from breakers in your hand. Now, I'm not saying I'm better than you, but I am. Okay? So, what you're looking at here, right here, don't try this at home. My last few board breaker decks are made specifically to defeat Kewl Tune. And it's don't try this at home. Do you guys see any hand traps here other than a dimension shifter? Do you guys see any hand traps in here? Yes, Harmonia is great in this deck. Yes, Spark is great in this deck. Impulse is great in this deck. Imperm, Ash, all these great hand traps. I don't want them. I don't need them. As long as my Murakumo hits the board, you're fucked. This deck doesn't just have the 12 board breakers you're looking at. It has 30 because all of these serve as breakers. So, you're welcome to test this version out. I also effectively love the fact that you can go thrust, set songs of the Dominator, assuming you're going to Purification anyways being in the grave. Songs can then search Impulse. So it's like thrust becomes songs and Impulse, and it's like that's just fucking crazy, right? Going first. I love that. I actually love that you can go thrust set songs going first. Songs negate something. Purification will be in your grave due to being Purification, and then you just randomly search Impulse. Like, not many decks could deal. Let's say you just have Mitsurugi combo and songs or thrust. That's it. Nothing else. Bro, that's Regeki. That's discard one card because they'll be on 5. That's Purification. That's songs negate a monster effect. Impulse negate anything. Like, those are crazy high value interactions. Not to mention IPSP. Not to mention all these. Like, you don't need D-Fissure. D-Fissure is a loser way to play the deck. What do you play against Doom Z? What do you play against Mirror? What do you play against Sky Striker? Even what do you play against Brandon? Brandon doesn't give a fuck about Di-Fi either. Like, and guys, Di-Fi is not as auto win against Kewl Tune as you guys think. This is better. Anywho, this is my 4th best deck of the format, and I think it's incredibly good. 4th is not a diss. If I think your deck is the 4th best deck of the format, that's a very high praise. That means that your deck could win a YCS. The 5th best deck of the format, someone says you have to play Impulse and Spark on main. Yolkins, you don't know what you're talking about respectfully, bro. Respectfully. Someone in my chat says you have to play Impulse and Spark. How many YCS trophies you got? What a Super Poly, Crown, or Eclipse, or Droplet do, or Talents, or any of these 10 cards do against Kewl Tune, in conjunction with Murakumo Mitsurugi Ritual Resolving, it's game. You cannot read a card and say, yo, this card is good, I have to play it. Please, guys, do not. This is a free coaching for everyone watching. If you read a card that says, yo, that card looks good, Harmonia looks broken, let me play it. It's not how you can approach a deck. Let's say you mention Impulse, Spark, Imperm, Ash, Fua, Shifter. Guys, Impulse, Spark, Imperm, Ash, you're not safe against Kewl Tune. They'll still full combo against you. You cannot waste your cards. Do not waste your hand against Kewl Tune. You either play 20 hand traps to stop Kewl Tune that negate their cards, or you let them put up their whole board. Go ahead, bro. I don't got shit, but I'm gonna beat your ass anyways. You let them look at your hand and full board. Let them know you're Super Poly. Here's my hand, bro. I got Super Poly and Eclipse. Do something. Do something about it. You won't do shit. That's how you approach Mitsurugi, because they could know your hand, but they cannot do jack shit about it. You do not want to waste your cards. You stop yelling at me. I'm gonna yell louder. Stop wasting your cards when you play Mitsurugi, please. Mitsurugi is a board breaker deck. The whole deck is breakers. Vision gets breaker. Pre-prep breaker. Prayers breaker. Haba breaker. Aramasa breaker. Manju breaker. They are all breakers. So, you ready for something, guys? Breakers by themselves are ass. Listen to me. Breakers by themselves are ass. But breakers together strong. Monkey alone weak. Monkey together strong. You got 3 or 4 breakers, you lose. And I win. You waste 2 of your cards hand trapping your opponent for no reason. And you're playing with 4 cards against full board Kewl Tune, you lose. That's how you should approach this deck. Now, speaking of absurdly broken decks going second with board breakers. Later, Rose Whip. See ya. Can everyone say goodbye, Rose Whip? Fua is dog shit this format. Can everyone just say bye, Rose Whip? Another deck that is incredibly powerful in this meta. You guys will recognize something. Let me pull up all these decks I mentioned. Sky Striker, look at all these break. Do you guys recognize something common about these decks? Look at these cards. See these quick play spells? Do you see the quick play spells? Do you see the quick play spells? Do you guys see something common? This deck is, okay, listen to me very closely. What you're looking at here is the #1 best deck in the world by a landslide. It's Kewl Tune. You either play it, or you build a deck to utterly annihilate it. There can be no option 3. There can be no option 3. You build your deck to just play the best deck. Guys, some people say this deck's difficult. Maybe a little. Get my 50, 60 page deck book is pretty easy. But you either play this and win, or your deck must be made to utterly annihilate the Kewl Tune. So if you recognize all these decks I mentioned, Branded naturally has a great matchup against the deck, just naturally. Mitsurugi, my whole deck is built to destroy Kewl Tune. Doomsy, my whole deck is built to destroy Kewl Tune. Striker, my whole deck is built to destroy Kewl Tune. It's either you play Kewl Tune, you join us, or you build your deck to beat us. That's it. It's that simple. It's really that simple. And that's how you must approach every single format. You either take the best deck, or you build a deck to be the antithesis of Kewl Tune. And I'm saying that as a Kewl Tune player. I don't want you to be playing these cards. But if you want to have a chance against me, you gotta play a deck to destroy, made specifically to beat it. So those are the 5 best decks of the format, in order: Kewl Tune, Branded, Doomsy, Mitsurugi, Strikers. Made all to either beat Kewl Tune or be Kewl Tune. Can't beat them? Just join us, guys. Kewl Tune thing down below. Don't get, now here's the thing. You look at this deck and you're like, wow, this deck is so broken against Kewl Tune, right? You could draw all these breakers, you'll probably still lose. That's the downside. But what these breakers do is it at least gives you the best chance to win. Does that make sense, guys? Like, don't get me wrong. You could draw Engage, Ray, Thrust, Poly, Crown, and Eclipse. You're going to lose sometimes anyways. Not sometimes. You'll lose more often than you'll win, even with such broken hands like that. But at least that gives you the highest probability of winning. It gives you the highest chance. You want to be in the game. Don't be playing these one-off cards like, I'm going to randomly play Harmonia. I'm going to randomly play all this bullshit. And in addition, all these cards are great versus Branded as well. They go Albaz effect, you chain Poly, they'll go -1 and you just laugh at them. Okay? Alright. This is best deck. Now, I do want to mention a few names that are overall just good and dark horses of the format. There's a few dark horses of the format that people are not even mentioning or thinking or realizing. A lot of people in my Twitch chat right now are mentioning Elfno. Elfno is a dark horse of the format. I mentioned earlier that your deck must be built to either be Kewl Tune or beat Kewl Tune. My matchup against Elfno is fucking ridiculous. It's like 10-1. And the one time I lost, I drew unplayable. I had 20 starters and I had to pass. I didn't draw any. My deck cannot lose to Elfno. I got 29 hand traps post side for you. 29. 2, 9. That is 80% of my deck. If played perfectly, Kewl Tune cannot lose to Elfno. Elfno is a poor matchup against Kewl Tune. So due to that absolute fact, Kewl Tune is a bad matchup, and it's just not a good call for the format. However, if Kewl Tune draws some of those if Elfno draws some of those hands, Elfno has those like absurd hands sometimes. If they draw one of those absurd hands and just randomly win the rolls every time, and also Elfno cannot go second, bro. Not to mention, like, both. I'm saying Elf Note is a deck that if it goes first is incredibly good, but if I draw 4 hand traps and you just lose, and someone's like, what if you break on all hand traps? That's a beautiful thing about this deck. As long as I draw one of my 20 starters, my hand traps, and my 4 hand traps and 1 card starter, all my hand traps are extenders. That's a beauty. That's why this deck's so powerful. So, anyways, as I'm going back on this into saying this, guys, what if Elf Note just wins all the roles one tournament and has those good hands? It's a one of those decks that could surprise you, but I just don't. It's not in my top 5 because you got to get lucky playing it. The deck is not nearly as good as this. If you want to play Elf Note, just play Kewl Tune. Nonetheless, it's a dark horse that if you just you just win a few rolls and you're rolling, you're good. You're on a streak. It could win 8 in a row. But the stars have to align. As well said by Slacker Warrior. It's a good deck. Regina is an absolutely amazing card. You just play Kewl Tune, guys. It's a shittier Kewl Tune. For real. It's a shittier Kewl Tune that has big monsters, high attack. Yeah, my monster's more attack than yours. It's better. You're not in fucking grade 4. Put down the Elf Note, play Kewl Tune. It's the best deck. Now, I want to discuss a deck that is truly a dark horse. It's the definition of what dark horse means. This deck is one of those, like, you're watching March Madness for college basketball fans out there, and it's the 16th seed, and next thing you know, it's running on a Cinderella run, and it's all the way in the Final Four. Speaking of Cinderella, it's Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail has the potential to be a top 3 deck, but it also has the potential to be a bottom 30 deck. You don't know where it will be. Will Fairy Tail with Fairy Tail Snow be a top tier 1 deck, top 3 deck of the format? Or will it be fucking dog shit? I don't think it could be in the middle. I truly believe that someone might find some spellcaster slop with Secretarion and Dracotail banned to fuck. It's either going to be a top deck, or it's going to be dog shit. I don't think there could be like a middle there. Someone's gonna either figure out some broken shit with Fairy Tail Snow, like probably Jesse, who loves Fairy Tail Snow tremendously, or no one will figure it out and it'll be dog shit. I don't think it'll be a middle ground. Thank you, Farfa, for the raid. You guys caught me in the middle of a match. Someone says show hairline. How about ask Farfa to show his trophies? He's been playing for 2 decades and still ass at the game. Anyways, that is the top 5 decks. Thank you, Farfa, for the raid on Twitch. My boy, thank you. The top 5 decks of the format are Kewl Tune number 1, Brandon number 2, Doomsday number 3, Mitsurugi with Breakers number 4, Striker with Breakers number 5, and the 2 dark horse decks of the format that could really surprise people if they get a little bit lucky are Elf Note and Fairy Tales. Because Snow's back and you don't know the cap of the potential of that deck. It's going to be high. Thank you guys for watching. That is my top 5 videos, decks of the format with all the deck lists of them all. Later, guys. Peace.